For a long time, I thought I was trying to improve my life. I watched productivity videos, I made plans, I downloaded habit trackers, I saved coding roadmaps, I wrote goals in notebook that I never opened again. And every night before sleeping, I had this strange feeling that things would somehow get better soon. Not because I was doing anything different, but because I believed that one day everything would just click, that one day I would become disciplined, one day I would become confident, one day I would finally stop procrastinating, and one day I would become the person I wanted to be. And then one day I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't waiting for the success, I was waiting for the permission. And worst part, I didn't even know I was doing it. I think a lot of students are stuck in this exact same place, especially engineering students, especially hostel students, because from outside it looks like we are trying, we are watching lectures, we are researching careers, we are making timetable, we are consuming information all day. But if we are honest, sometimes we are not moving forward. We are just standing still in a way that feels productive. Think about it. How many coding courses have you saved? How many videos have you watched about placements? How many times you have planned your gym transformation? How many times you have told yourself next month I'll become serious? I used to do this all time. I would spend 2 hours in researching the perfect roadmap and then spend 0 minutes actually following it. And somehow at the end of the day I felt like I worked very hard. It's weird. Preparation feels almost identical to progress, but they are not the same thing. I think that's where a lot of us get trapped. We are always preparing to begin. We are always one thing away from starting. One more video, one more book, one more plan, and then life quietly moves forward without us. Here's what took me a long time to understand. I wasn't actually waiting for a better opportunity. I wasn't waiting for a better college. I wasn't even waiting for a better environment. I was waiting for a different version of myself. The disciplined version, the confident version, the motivated version, the successful version, and the futuristic version. And for some reason, I believed that guy would eventually show up and fix everything in my life. I don't know why. Maybe because that's how transformation is shown online. One day someone is struggling and the next day they are waking up at 5 a.m. going to gym, building businesses, learning coding, reading books, and somehow also drinking 3 liters of water. Like, what the heck? It looks like transformation happens overnight, but real life doesn't work like that. Because if discipline was going to appear magically, why hadn't it already? If confidence was going to save me, why was I still waiting? If motivation was the answer, why did it disappear after every few days? I started asking myself questions I didn't really want to answer. When exactly I was planning to become disciplined? Next semester? After exams? After placement? या फिर maybe after the new year? Or after one more motivational video? And then it finally hit me. I had been treating discipline like an event and not a decision. I remember one evening during the college, nothing dramatic happened. No movie moments, no life-changing speech, no mentor appeared, no secret opportunity arrived. I was just sitting in my hostel room and I found an old page in a notebook. A page filled with goals, coding goals, fitness goals, reading goals, career goals. Things I had written months ago. I had started reading them. And something I felt strange, because almost everything on that page still looked exactly the same. The goal hadn't changed, the excuses had. But the situation hadn't. Months had passed, an entire semester had passed, and somehow I was still telling myself the same story. I'll start soon. That sentence now genuinely scared me. Because soon is a dangerous word. Soon can become months, months can become years, and years can become regret. I remember sitting there thinking, what exactly I am waiting for? Who am I expecting to arrive? And that's when I had a realization that honestly made me uncomfortable. Nobody was coming. not in a depressing way, just in a factual way. My parents wanted best for me, my teacher wanted best for me, my friends wanted best for me, but nobody could wake up early for me, nobody could learn coding for me, nobody could fix my habits for me, nobody could build my future for me. And suddenly everything became very clear. The responsibility was mine, and I hated that realization at first because responsibility is heavy. It's much easier to believe that something external is holding you back. It is easier to blame circumstances. It is easier to blame your college, your hostel, your environment, your luck. Because if problem is outside of you, you don't have to change anything. But if the responsibility is yours, then solution is yours too. A strange question started following me after that. If nobody was coming to save me, why would I do tomorrow? Not next year, not after placement, tomorrow. Would I still wait for the motivation? Would I still need that perfect plan? Would I still spend hours watching other people build the life I wanted? Or would I finally start building it myself? Because when you stop expecting rescue, your decisions become much simpler. You either do things or you don't. That's it. No drama, no excuses, no waiting, just action. And honestly, that realization was terrifying. But it was also incredibly freeing, because if nobody was coming to save me, then nobody was stopping me either. I didn't need permission, I didn't need a perfect confidence, I didn't need to feel ready. I just didn't need any magical signs from the universe. I could start badly, imperfectly, embarrassingly, but I could start, and that changes everything. Now I want to be careful here, because this isn't one of those stories where I suddenly become super disciplined. I didn't wake up the next morning and transform into some productivity machine. I still procrastinated, I still wasted time, I still got distracted, I still had lazy days, I still do. But something fundamental changed. I stopped waiting. That's the difference. Before I would ask, how do I feel today? Now I try to ask, what needs to be done today? Sometimes the answer is one coding lesson, sometimes it's one workout, maybe, and sometimes it's one chapter, sometimes it's sending that one application, and nothing extraordinary, just small actions repeated again and again. And weirdly enough, that's how most extraordinary things are built. Not through huge moments, through ordinary deeds that nobody talks about. We think successful people had something we don't. Maybe more talent, more confidence, more motivation. Maybe some of do, but I think most of them simply stopped waiting earlier than rest of us. They stopped waiting to feel ready. They stopped waiting to feel confident. They stopped waiting for the life to become easier, just like everyone else. Maybe growing up isn't about becoming stronger. Maybe it's about realizing that nobody is going to carry you. Nobody is going to study for you. Nobody is going to build your skills. Nobody is going to create your future. And once you truly accept that, something interesting happens. You stop looking around and you start looking forward. Because for the first time you understand that your life is not waiting somewhere in the future. It's being built right now, in your choices you make, in habits you repeat, in the work you avoid today, and or the work you finally decided to do. And look back, the day I realized nobody was coming to save me was the day I finally stopped waiting. And maybe that was the day my life actually started changing.